Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very nervous actually to film this video today because, I just kind of went a little bit overboard on the spending, I think. So I am holding myself accountable and I'm going to be sharing with you all what I spent and what I made, all of that. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed and hit the bell icon if you'd like to be notified every time I post. Before I start, I really wanted to just thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. I hit that a couple of days ago now. Actually, I hit that yesterday when I'm filming this. So it's very surreal to see that many people are actually interested and care about what I have to say. So yeah, I just really wanted to thank you for all the support. It's definitely been a long journey, but I'm very excited to have hit that goal before the middle of the year. So yeah, if you're, I hope that you are looking forward to more content from me, and I really do enjoy doing these budget videos for you. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Also, if I'm looking over this way, that's where my computer is, so that's where I'm looking at the data here. So for spending in April, let's start with the mortgage as usual. $935. That number doesn't change, so that's not too interesting. The next one is restaurants and dining. That one, I was not looking forward to totaling this number, but it was $350 that I spent. I definitely went a little bit crazy. One of the reasons is that I went out with my friends a couple of times for food and for brunch, and we ordered drinks as well, which I usually don't order drinks at restaurants, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do it, so that's why it's so high. Let's see, nothing like super out of the ordinary though. I didn't go to anywhere that was super fancy. I just kind of went out quite a bit. Not proud of that. Okay, next one is utilities for the month, and for that it was $241. So as you all know, that includes the electricity for both the upstairs and my unit, as well as my unit's gas bill and the internet. So yeah, $241 is slightly higher than I usually pay, but I actually have to call my gas company to give them a meter reading. Every time I do that, they end up refunding me quite a bit, because the way they charge for gas is they use like an estimated amount, and I'm always under. So I think I will get, I don't know, maybe like $50 back from that. So I will keep you posted. Travel, this is my big one. I normally don't spend anything in this category because, first of all, I rarely get gas for my car. This month I did for the first time, and that was like $23, so that wasn't very much. But then the chunk of this was because I booked a trip. I mentioned in my last vlog I was thinking about going to Vegas, so we decided to do that. So I booked the flight as well as the Vrbo, which is like Airbnb, for a whole week. So the total that I spent was $848. I'm a little annoyed because if we had bought the flight tickets a few days earlier than we did, it would have been quite a bit cheaper, but we did not do that. So it was around $550 for each plane ticket round trip. They had ones for like $350, but they had layovers, and I just really wanted to get a direct flight because layovers can just be unpredictable. The Vrbo was like $250 each. Yeah, like $250, $260 each. And it's just like a studio apartment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that trip. It's in August, like mid-August. So yeah, looking forward to that. The next one is groceries. This one is much higher than usual. I paid $196 this month. And the reason it was so high is because I started doing Whole Foods delivery, which is amazing, first of all, because you can just shop on your phone. And it's actually a lot cheaper than doing Instacart, because Instacart adds Like the price of the items when you buy on Instacart is a lot more expensive than if you just buy it at the store. Plus you have to pay the service fee, plus you have to tip, plus you have to pay like the delivery fee as well. So I've never done Instacart because it's always way too much, but for Whole Foods, it's actually the same price items as in the store. There's no shipping fee or service charge, you just tip. So it's totally worth it to tip, to save like an hour or two of time. And I've noticed that the food there tends to be maybe slightly more expensive, but their produce and stuff is really good. And I usually go to Trader Joe's for most stuff, but Trader Joe's does not really have good produce, so yeah. And I also decided to plan meals for the whole week last week, which I normally don't do. And they were all really like complicated, sort of fancier recipes. So they just called for like higher cuts of meat and stuff like that. So that's why it was more expensive. But I still think it was worth it because it was really enjoyable to cook like these new recipes and enjoy like the fresh food that we bought. I just felt better overall than eating like, frozen meals and prepackaged stuff. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it's going to be in May. So yeah, I'll have to compare. Okay, general merchandise, I spent $308. So that included a Samsung water filter for the fridge. That actually automatically got auto shipped to me, and I could not return it or cancel it or anything, which was too bad, but I'm definitely still gonna need that. So I just have a few of those then to last probably like a year and a half. So that was $38, and then I also spent $20 on a puzzle from Amazon. It's actually the one, well, you can't see it, but it's behind the camera. It's this 1,000 piece, like completely white puzzle. It's supposed to be impossible to do, and I'm noticing that it really is impossible to do. But the back sides of the pieces have like a design, so it's actually not that hard to do then, but it's still very, very challenging. So I've not finished it yet. Okay, and then clothing and shoes. This month I spent $88. I actually just bought 2 pairs of jeans on ThreadUp. I bought a black pair of A Goldie jeans. I think it's pronounced A Goldie. Yeah, some black jeans from there. It was $50, I think. Like maybe a little bit like $55. But normally those jeans go for over $200. So I was excited to see that on the website. I think I might have ordered a size too small though, because I don't know. I used to be a size 24, but now I'm a size 25 mostly. Sometimes I'm a 24 though, so I'm going to get them, try them on and stuff. If they don't fit, I can return them. So that's one pair. The other pair was from Redone, which is also a very, very expensive jeans brand. I feel like it's totally not worth it to buy that at full price, but they had a pair for $23, I think, which was really good. So I had to buy that. They were also a size 24, and the other Redones that I have are size 25, so I may end up returning both of these. I don't know, but I thought I would at least try it out since it was such a good deal, and it's pretty hard to come by good deals like that. Yeah, but I am refreshing ThreadUp constantly. This is not sponsored in any way, but I seriously love their site and their app and all of that, because I like higher end clothes, but there's no way I'm paying full price for any of that. So it's cool to see that they have like a lot of the brands that are on Revolve and stuff like that for much cheaper. So I found some very good deals on there. And now that I have a vacation planned, I'm really trying to buy some more summer clothes, since it's going to be like over 100 degrees probably while we're there, since it's the very hot season. And I also don't really have like much as far as summer clothing to begin with, so I'm probably going to end up buying clothes next month as well. Just up until then, I just buy like 1 or 2 pieces every once in a while to help change out my wardrobe, and then I always try and sell or get rid of pieces when I bring new ones in, since I have a lot of clothing. Okay, subscription, $6. So that is for my Ring, which is the doorbell, and also for my iCloud membership. Healthcare and medical was $115 this month. It was actually more like $350, but the other, like the $200 or so, I put on my HSA card, so I really don't include that since that's like money that my company gives me on this card to use for medical expenses. But the $115 I just used on my normal card, so that includes the monthly Invisalign that the payment plan that I have. I think that only goes till the end of the year, so that'll be done soon. And then I had to pay for blood work as well as my prescription that I get now for my thyroid. I actually am getting blood work done tomorrow to like see if it's doing anything, but I can tell that it's definitely doing something. Like I feel a lot more energized during the day and I feel more well-rounded, I guess. So I'm liking it so far. Hopefully the blood work indicates that as well. But yeah, so that's like $8 a month too. And then lastly is my car payment. I don't know why I didn't just mention this at the beginning. I usually do, but it was $234. So this was actually the first month that I paid for my car payment with this new car. And yeah, it is a few dollars cheaper than my last car, which is cool. I might end up trying to pay this off sooner because I don't really want a car payment for 4 years. So yeah, I might start putting money into there because at the moment, I'm not putting anything into my student loans because there's just this chance that it could be gotten rid of by the Biden administration. I mean, I really don't know, but just in case, I'm just not paying it, especially because there's no interest accruing since they're all federal loans at this point. And yeah, once the interest starts coming back on it, or if it doesn't get paid for, then I can easily just start paying for it again. So it's not a big deal. Most of the money that I have left over each month, I'm just putting into my savings account or my investment account. So if I do need it for something like that, it's there. So I'm going to tally up all of the spending here. Okay, so the total spending for this month, or April, I guess last month, is $3,066. So I'm not proud of that, but you know what? It's fine because I'm gonna go share with you my income now that I made this month. And I just feel like I need to preface this every time, but this is in no way me trying to show off or anything. I really just do this to help, I guess, share with you like the amount that I spend compared to what I make and how I can try to make more money and have different income streams, all of that. I feel like most of you understand that, but in case you're new, I really am not doing this to show off in any way. So let's see. The salaried income that I made in April was $4,754, which is much higher than I normally have. This is all after tax too, by the way. So this is just what I get into my bank account. So yeah, that's quite a lot. Part of that, and also the reason why I loved April, because it's not always in April, but it was this year, is that there are certain months of the year where I get paid 3 times a month instead of 2. Depending on where the Fridays land. And yeah, so April was a month that I got 3 paychecks. I also got a bonus for one of them. So that is why the salary is much higher than it normally is. The next one is my rental income. I got $1,100 there, same as usual. I made nothing in dividends and interest. I actually made 10 cents, but it doesn't even show on this chart here. I just didn't have any dividends. For rewards, this is like my credit card rewards. So I got $117. Most of that was cash back from the flights and travel that I did. So on the credit card that I have, I actually get, I think, 4% back on any chosen category, and you can change the category every month. So I made sure that for April, I put the category as travel. So I got 4% back on everything. So that is a large part of the rewards here. And then I think I get 2% back on everything else. And then also my tax return came in April. It was $1,817. So that was very nice to get. I have to rant a little bit because I have never paid to get my taxes done before until now. The reason why I had to pay to get it done is not just for my normal income, but because of my rental income, and I needed to offset it and get the deductions that I needed to actually net a loss so that I would have a higher tax return, since I did put a ton of money last year into renovations and all of that. That offsets the income that I got. And since it was only rented for 2 months of the year, I definitely spent more than what I got last year. So I needed him to do the calculations because I tried to figure it out and it was very complicated. So he just did it and it was fine. But then I looked at my return and I was like, this does not seem right. I gave him all the numbers. I basically did everything. He just basically put it in this calculator, I guess. But he did it wrong. And I was the one to catch it. And I asked him about it and he kept saying no, I did this correctly. But then I explained I didn't own the house for the whole year, so the depreciation should have been only 6 months or whatever it was instead of a whole year. And that's where he made the mistake. And then he admitted that, yeah, he made the mistake, even though I gave him the exact data about the house, all of that. He was just kind of just not thorough. So he said he was going to do an amended return after, at the end of May, I think, and he won't charge me. And I was like, yeah, you're not going to charge me because he's the one that made the mistake. Why would I pay again? So that's really annoying. I'm definitely going to use someone else next year. It was just a mess. So I should actually be getting quite a bit more than this, I think, because I was kind of surprised when I only got this much. I thought I would be getting more, but whatever. So that was my little rant. Just make sure, actually, all the reviews for this guy were really good, and he's a local business, so I wanted to use him instead of H&R Block, but yeah, he just didn't really come through. And also, he only talked to me for 3 minutes when I handed over all the documents, and we did it all online. So it just seems kind of I overpaid still. But yeah, so if any of you have a tax person that you use, or maybe not a tax person, but a company or something, please let me know, since I will be looking to use a different accountant for this year's taxes. Okay, anyways, the last one for my income is $24, and that is for my sales income. I actually sold my Series 66 book on eBay, and I got $24 from that. Yeah, so my company actually gave me that book when I was studying for it, but now that I don't need it, I didn't want to just throw it away and waste all the paper, so I sold it on eBay. Someone bought it. It's been up there for 6 months, so it was cool that someone bought it. But yeah, that's all of it for the income. All right, so I just calculated all of the income that I made for this month, and it came out to $7,812, which is much more than I normally make. This is very cool. This is definitely the best month I've ever had as far as income goes. And most of that is because of the tax return and because of the extra check that I got this month, and the fact that I got a slight bonus this month as well. So that all of that just happened in April. So I don't feel as bad about the spending. I still feel kind of bad, but at least I made more than I spent, and that is really what matters. You always want to have leftover, just that you're not living completely paycheck to paycheck if you can help it in any way. I try and save as much as possible, make it so that I'm comfortable enough to survive around 6 months if I were to lose my job or something like that. So it's always nice to have a cushion, live below your means. Try not to have a lifestyle, don't increase your lifestyle with, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Don't inflate your lifestyle? Something like that, where basically if you make more money, don't also spend more money. You can still live the way you're living now, no matter how much you're making, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, live below your means, super important to do. I'm very, very lucky in where I am because I make an okay amount of money. I think it's like pretty decent to where I don't really need to worry about money that much since I don't have kids or dependents or anything, no pets even to take care of. I don't really have to worry about it too much. And growing up as a kid, I grew up in a very, very poor household. We were always below the poverty line. I got free lunches at school. We were just not doing well at all. I'm sure some of you can relate. So I just grew up knowing that I needed to earn more, work hard to get out of the situation because I do not want to live like that ever again. I do not want to bring kids into the world and have them live like that ever. It was just very tough, and it's just so much nicer to not worry so much about money. Of course, I still worry about it all the time, but just not to the same extent, It's like I'm privileged to worry about what I worry about instead of some people who have to worry about whether they can even, have food at the table. So, yeah, I'm just very, very lucky to be in this position. And I definitely know that. And yeah, I really like doing these each month because I can really reflect and see what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing well, and just keep improving. A lot of people don't budget, and I don't budget exactly. I just go through each month and reflect, I guess is what I do. And then I just try to do better next time. So I'm not constantly saying, oh, I'm at my limit for food, I can't spend any more. It's not like that. It's more of just the mindset and the way that I choose to, I guess, do everyday things and how I live day to day as far as spending goes. I just kind of am a lot more aware when I see this each month compared to if I were just spending and then, if I didn't look at what I spent in April, I would have done this every month. I wouldn't really pay attention to it, and as long as I had the money in my bank account, I would probably spend it, and that's not the way you should do it. If you can, you should save. That's just my philosophy. If you invest, have a 401k, stuff like that, you can really set yourself up for the future. I'm kind of biased because a lot of the work that I do, in my job, involves retirement and planning for retirement and, just investing and just the whole wealth management thing. So I'm constantly thinking about this sort of thing because I do it all day. So that's why I'm trying to just kind of share with you my knowledge. And so my battery's about to die and this video is getting too long. So I'm going to cut it here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope you had a good April. I hope I hope some of you also were able to take advantage of the 3 paycheck month, depending on what Friday you get paid. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I would be very happy to answer them. And let me know what you thought. If you have any thoughts on how I could improve or what you think, I'm always welcome to hearing other people's opinions. So yeah, I'm going to cut it here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.